What a beautiful day to be taking a nice stroll with the sun beaming down, tanning my skin. This is the life, it couldn't get any better even if I tried. I need a ouch. Dinosystem is the current build worth buying, thoughts from Ivatopia. Well, hello out there. This is Dinosystem, what is currently on Steam's Early Access, selling for $7.99, or your current region's version. And I am Ivatopia, who is about to take a look at the current build of the game. As of the uploading of this very video is version V0.4.7.1 r159, as stated on the main menu, and give you my opinion if it is worth buying today or should you wait until there is more content. So let's begin with the different options available, shall we? On the left here, the dev gives a nice update of what is to come in the next patch, what is nice, and as you can see, the game will soon have improved ambient sounds as well as a bigger tutorial, followed by some nice polishing of the current features. The dev normally tries to update about once every 2 weeks, like last update from a few days ago added fishing with spears and backpacks, just to name a few things. Okay, as you can see, we have the exit button to quit the game, as well as the credits button to see who is working on the game, followed by the load button to load the last save game, what currently only allows you to have one save, but I think the dev will be allowing more in the future. On the right, we can make the screen full or set it to window mode, as well as turn the music off and on. I will have it off for this video. And finally, we have the new game button, what takes us to your current game's setup options. Game modes here. Survival, what as the game stands, is the meat of the game, and God mode, what works but needs to be fleshed out a lot. Just underneath this, we have the season button, what allows you to start the game in one of 4 seasons. Spring is recommended, even if some of the dinos are in heat, and they might be a lot more aggressive. Change the island size from 50% all the way up to 150%, what I actually prefer it to be set to, as well as the plant life on the island. This causes how barren or how green the island will be. The seasons also plays a big role in this. I prefer 80% for my games. We have the same full screen and menu music buttons as the main menu, but also have map gen, what you can set to hidden, what means you will get loading tips on the starting loading of the game, or visible, what basically shows the map being generated in front of you as the game first starts and loads. Again, I prefer not to see it, since it is more of a surprise when I'm exploring a new map. Okay, let's start the game. And as you can see, it is now generating the land above while still keeping it hidden, what I like as it gives you a tip underneath. Once this is done, the game takes us to the settings. Basically, if you want any of the tutorials on or off, or how you turn your character with A or B keys on the keyboard, or with the mouse, what I tend to do, you are more accurate while aiming using your mouse. You can even pick between 2 different unit systems, metrical, that uses grams and Celsius, what I actually prefer since I am from the UK and understand Celsius. Then UK-USA, what has pound and Fahrenheit, and since I have not long moved to the USA, I still don't get Fahrenheit, as they seem to be using over here. So really, I would like a mix of the 2 settings. I would pick Celsius and pounds, but I have to pick one or the other for now. So I'll go with the metrical option. They have added a snapshot option that can be turned off and on here, what basically takes a screenshot of the game's island every 4 days. I like this idea, so we can see how our island evolves, but it needs to be less interrupting. I found a Windows save menu popping up where it wanted me to type the name and set the location of the picture to be saved. I would prefer it if I could pick this option before the game started, and then it would take the shot without me knowing, so when I look afterwards I could see what every name I use plus the number of the screenshot added to the name, like Ivatopia 1, Ivatopia 2, Ivatopia 3, for example. Maybe this can be added later on. Graphic options okay for a 2D game. Full screen as before. Free quality settings, what basically changes the resolution of the game. On the low setting, since the game uses its own resolution and not preset one like you pick in most games, we also get a blood visibility option, what is nice, and droplets that appear on the screen when it's wet is a nice option too, should I say. As well as being able to set the game's sharpness for a bit crisper graphics. Then finally the audio option for the volume, what is quite standard, and the warm beep can be muted if you don't want it alerting you to new messages. Now onto the next screen, where we get to create our guy and add to his stats. That will grow the more we use them in-game, and depending if we set the game to casual or hardcore. We'll take a small hit when we die if on casual, that's for our stats, while on hardcore we lose our character and have to create a new one. But we can go to God mode first, what is cool. We have skin colour tone here, what for now is just for looks, but later on down the line will be affected by the sun, and our hair colour can be picked here too. We start with 100 points, but this will go down or up depending what we add or take away. As you can see, the graphics aren't bad for what the goal is, and you can run with the shift key. This in turn uses your athletics stat, as it determines how fast you can run, as the endurance stat says how long you can run for. The other ones are quite self-explanatory. Resilience, how well you can take damage in the game from the weather and the other dinos, etc. Crafting allows you to create things at different levels, so you need 35 for example to make a backpack. Fire making is how well you can start fires. The higher, the easier it will be for you with not being in the ideal situations. First aid is about how easy it is to make good bandages, as well as bandage yourself and stop bleeding. As well as zoology, which will determine how easy it is to tame a dinosaur. So this feature is not yet in game, but should be coming in later on, and I can't wait for that feature. But the stat is also used to see more information like their health, age, etc. for now. Of the different dinosaurs that the game currently has, it has only 3. The mighty Tyrannosaurus Rex, a real fan favourite, who obviously most people know as T-Rex. He is the only carnivore in the game currently. We also have a Triceratops and even Ankylosaurus, what are the 2 current herbivores, and the Tyrannosaurus Rex can feed on both of them as well as the player himself. And if the T-Rexes are really desperate, they will feed on their young, with the exception of the T-Rexes. Mothers will not feed on their own kin. We also have birds currently that are just graphics, nothing more. As with the spear, you can also create, you can fish out of the sea to help and feed yourself. That this uses the fishing stat. But if you want to craft the spear, you need to gather resources first, and this is where the gathering stat comes in on how easy it is to find stuff and the quality of the same stuff, like branches and fruit for example. You can also hunt the dinosaurs yourself or find a dead carcass if you're lucky. And once you have the option to carve some meat off what you will need to cook to make it a lot safer to eat, using a sharpened stone, this also gives you the option to carve off a hide that you can then clean and wear or make into a bedroll with enough of them. Every fruit in game seems to rot over time. Finding a juicy fruit to eat is not as good when it is rotten, so check it before you eat it, using the middle mouse button above it. The seasons also change, and the weather affects you, as you need to sleep, what is harder if you are hungry, dehydrated or cold for example, compared to if you got all your needs met. Same for making fires. Raining and windy is going to be hard to produce fire, while dry and hot with no wind will be easier. Plus, if you build a fire pit, it keeps any leaves you have gathered from blowing away in the wind, so the fire should be easy to light as well. There is a lot more to go into, like trees, cover, using an axe to chop them down for example, but for now, do I think it is worth the current price for what you are currently get? Well, for the price, and if you love dinosaurs to begin with, then yes, it is a challenging and still fun, if while lacking a lot still, like no shelters or multiplayer, what all should be coming somewhere down the line. Well, I can't wait for myself. But on the other hand, if you want a finished game, or have no desire to play alone, or if the game was selling for say $20 instead, I would say wait until there is more content. But for $7.99, go for it. Like I said, if you love dinos. But if you are like me and like what you see, you should enjoy the small slice of the current build of this game, what I believe will grow out and become even better with time. But as always, it is up to you out there to make the final decision. If you should purchase this early access title, anyway, I hope this helps somewhat. Well, let's leave you with some more gameplay, shall we? Hope you enjoy it. Oh, come on, fire, get started. I'm so tired. Oh, the heat. That's lovely. I'm a little hungry though. I wonder if I'm going to cook anything on it. What's that smell? Ow, 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 ow. Fire mud. Ow, 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 ow. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, that's nice. Can I check on the fire, make sure I didn't spread. Oh, fudge cakes. That's not good. Hopefully no one noticed. Oh, and the smoke is getting to me. Oh, let me eat this. Yes, yes, yes. Come on, let go. Oh no, it's chasing me. It's chasing me. I really need a nap. You said I'd be a good boy while taking that nice little nap here, please. Thank you. Oh boy, that's so hot. Okay. Night, night. Passing out.